Microsoft is officially in full-blown panic mode. They are actually, right this second, literally as I film this, in court trying to battle on behalf of the Activision Blizzard deal. They're in Europe. The president of Xbox is arguing on behalf of this huge acquisition, the $69 billion buyout of Call of Duty and World of Warcraft and Diablo. And what's interesting is they just pulled off a secret move. Last night, while in Europe, they just agreed that if they get Call of Duty, they'll start to put it and other Xbox games on all Nintendo consoles. But let's talk about that. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, first and foremost, let's take a look at this article over here on Reuters. Look, let me just say this. Reuters is a very, very serious newspaper. If they are writing about you, you're probably having a very bad day. Now, what's happening is Microsoft's president is pushing the deal during a EU hearing. The extra wrinkle of this that I think is causing a lot of their stress is both Google and Nvidia are also in these secret meetings taking place literally this second. And the rumor, according to a bunch of leaked court documents, is that Google and Nvidia are actually battling against this. And of course, Sony isn't happy either. I want to skip a lot of this very legal, technical mumbo-jumbo and kind of go down here to the part that's most important. Basically, Xbox is trying to get them to agree that this is not a monopoly. They're trying to sway a bunch of these senior European Union officials. The whole problem here is that they're trying to basically fight for the case that Microsoft is the underdog. Microsoft wants to catch up to the market dominance of Nintendo and PlayStation, and even buying Call of Duty outright. They're trying to basically argue that this will not break the industry. They say that here. I think we make it clear that our acquisition of Activision Blizzard will bring more games to more people on more devices and platforms than ever before, Smith told reporters on his way to the hearing. So it's literally happening right now. Now, here's the interesting extra bit they just dropped on us. Literally 7 hours ago, while I was dreaming of big booby vampire women, we are now signing a 10-year binding contract to bring Xbox games to Nintendo gamers. This is just part of our commitment to bring Xbox games and Activision titles like Call of Duty to more players on more platforms. Now, this is interesting because they're very clear. This is a legally binding contract saying that if this deal goes through, currently this is just a piece of paper, but they're basically saying that when this happens, look at this. This is insane. We want to make sure that they can experience Call of Duty the same as Xbox and PlayStation gamers enjoy Call of Duty. This is a virtue signal. I do mean that in the more technical sense and not the weird way that people use it online. They're trying to establish the fact that everybody is going to have access to Call of Duty. EU's biggest problem as it currently exists with this deal is the Call of Duty aspect of this. Call of Duty just makes so many billions of dollars every single year, and it seems like the European Union, that's their major hang-up, is that if only Microsoft is making that billions and billions and billions of dollars of raw profit off just Call of Duty, what happens if they jack up the price? What if they make it a console exclusive? What if they start to make special subscription fees that only exist for Call of Duty? That's what they've said. I'm not saying that. That's the official things in their European Union court documents. The EU has also basically called Microsoft liars. They basically, in previous just court hearings, they've already established the fact that they don't fully trust what Microsoft says, because once they get Activision Blizzard, it's harder to stop a company from doing things than it is to stop them from buying things, I guess is their sort of concern. But a lot of Xbox people are saying that this is interesting. This is obviously Jez Corden of Windows Central. Logistically, I imagine this will be a big technical challenge to get Call of Duty on the Nintendo Switch. Brad's tweet phrasing it makes it sound like other Xbox games are included in the deal, although the picture only mentions Call of Duty. Now, this is an interesting extra bit. I think that they're trying to be as vague as possible. I mean, again, literally this second, the hearings are going on. I think that Microsoft is trying to appear as, chill, as placid. I think they're trying to appear calmer than they actually are, because this is, oh boy, I mean, if this deal fails, if this contract does not stop the investigations that the EU is doing, I mean, it very well could get blocked today. It's a possibility. These hearings are that freaking serious. Man, I'm just saying that if this does get blocked, it's going to be a freaking bloodbath. Microsoft has been sitting here with that $69 billion paycheck just waiting, burning a hole in their pocket. If this gets blocked, I do believe that we're going to see Microsoft go on a complete ruthless buying spree. I do truly believe that they're going to buy Capcom or Square Enix or, hell, something massive to try and combat it, to say, okay, you won't allow us to do one $69 billion deal, so what if instead we did 10 $6 billion deals? How much are you going to block that? Now, I did see this tweet, and it kind of struck me. This is Kilobrill. This guy, again, very, very big Xbox Twitter account, and he said this: Xbox has been the underdog for 20 years. Xbox is done being just fine. Sony is fighting the Activision Blizzard deal. Sony isn't fighting the Activision Blizzard deal so hard because they have concerns about reduced competition. Sony is doing this because they do fear competition, challenging their market-leading role. I won't judge this deal if this deal will go through or not. People hopefully are much smarter than me will make these decisions. Personally, I think that Activision Blizzard joining forces with Xbox would be healthy for the industry, for Sony to be more pro-consumer again, and in particular for ABK itself. Now, he has a hidden reply. I'm always curious about that. Oh my gosh, it's just nudity. Okay. Twitter is a hell site. I can't believe it. I'm very glad that image was auto-blurred because I don't have to edit around big old titties. But I think this is going to be a very crazy move set. I'm still just completely blown away because whatever Call of Duty ends up on Nintendo Switch, I think this deal is about more than that. I think this is about them trying to establish a future partnership where it's Nintendo and Microsoft against Sony. I think they're going to start to put maybe, probably not their big first-person shooters. I just feel like Gears of War, which obviously is a third-person shooter, but games like Gears of War and maybe even something like Halo, I don't think that stuff is ever really going to be fully at home on the Nintendo Switch. I just don't think there's a massive audience for it, and I don't mean that as an insult to Nintendo gamers. They just don't seem hyper interested in those genres. But what if we start to see a basic skimmed down version of Forza? What if we start to see more Minecraft exclusive content that doesn't exist on Sony platforms, only on PC, Nintendo Switch, and obviously the Xbox? This deal is a sign of things to come. Even if you are for this deal or against this deal, I think it is signaling a buying spree that is about to happen with Microsoft. And I just don't know exactly how much Sony is going to manage to keep up. I mean, this is a buyer's market, and that's a very scary industry if you're not quite as liquid as the trillion-dollar company Microsoft. But I guess we're going to find out. If this deal gets blocked, oh boy, Twitter and YouTube are going to be an absolute hellhole. But you can guarantee I'm going to make some videos about it. Thank you so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. Apparently, Legends of Dragoon is coming to PlayStation 4 and 5 today. the update for the PlayStation Store is happening, and apparently it has full trophy support. So if that pops up, expect a video later today talking about that, because I am a Legend of Dragoon simp.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.